missed the real routine plays we missed that were available to take care of that.
Have you challenged your seniors on defense, though? The guys up front that haven't been putting as much pressure on the quarterback, and the guys in the secondary who struggled, like Zamel and Gilday at times, and those guys?
Yeah. I mean, we put pressure on them. You know, we got to play better as a team. We've got to get off the field on third down, and we've got to stay on the field on offense on third down. And that sometimes helps take care of some of those things that creep up on you a little bit. And we need to complement each other. There are times where we look really good defensively, and there are times on offense where we look really good, and we're just really inconsistent. And so we're hoping that, I mean, our older guys, we said going in last week, our older guys got to play their best. We need that to happen. When you're young, you need your older guys to play. We don't have many older guys now, but you need the older guys that you do have to play at their best, and that's a challenge. That's a challenge. I thought Justin Gilday played really well against Penn State. He really did. Yes?
Montel Harris was quoted earlier today saying that he loves playing for you because you're very straightforward. You never have to guess what you're thinking. Do you think that's important as far as, in particular, getting him to progress and produce the remainder of the season?
I just think it's important as a coach that you can be hard on guys, you can drive guys, but you know, I don't believe you can play. You don't play mind games with players. You just be direct. If you're direct, they'll always respect that. And I've been in this thing a long time, and I've seen a lot of different styles, but that's my style. I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, for me, I'm just a straight-on guy. Sometimes my language isn't the best. Sometimes, I'm right up in someone's jug, but at the end of the day, I love my players, and I want them to succeed, and I have their best interest at heart, and I'm not coming at them with mind games. I'm just coming right at them. So, that's my style. In terms of Montel, I think Montel is ready to break out right now. I really do. I think that, it's just a real shame that he sustained the injury that he sustained, because he had a great camp, and then all of a sudden, bam, just like that, he pulled his hamstring. And when you pull a hamstring for a guy like that, it's usually a 4 to 6 week deal. It's what it is. I can try to, make it quicker and all this other jazz, but I knew when it happened, it was probably a 4 to 6. We were trying to hurry the thing up, but not putting him at risk. That's why I didn't play him against Maryland. And last week he played, but he wasn't quite himself. And I feel like he's just about getting there now. Because there were still some remnants during the week, last week, but he's just kind of really coming out of it. Then there's the conditioning issue of it all. So, but he's getting ready to I would suspect, to have one of those breakout games, which would be terrific. I hope it happens on Saturday.
Is there anything about Montel that people just don't know in general, as far as maybe him off the field, something that people don't see about him as a player?
He's a really smart guy. He's really sharp. He's a mature veteran. You don't have to tell him too many things twice. He listens real carefully, picks it up. He's real coachable, and he's kind of a pleasure to be around, to be honest with you. I mean, he's just a nice guy, and I enjoy him. I really enjoy that guy. So I want for him to have a great day, and we got to do the best job we can to put him in position to have a great day.
When you look at Zach and Kyle on film, what have you seen from them when you get a chance to really break down their performances?
Zach obviously is a little ahead of Kyle, just because Zach did he have spring football? Yeah, he had spring football. Zach had spring football. So that gave him a little up, but Kyle's coming fast right now. Those two guys would be really good players. I mean, they're going to be good players. They're worker bees. They're tough. They work hard. They're young. They make linemen, freshman linemen playing. I mean, it's crazy, But I like where they're headed. I think they're going to be really, really good players for Temple University. We got two good ones right there, so I'm excited about that. But they still make their freshman mistakes. They're going to get beat on those pass rushes, by veteran pass rushers. It's going to happen in a waist bend, and going to be a mistake here and there along the way. And then Witt is finally starting to come on too. He hasn't played any real football here, but he had that high ankle sprain, and he finally this week I started to see him finishing a few blocks as opposed to hitting to contact. He was starting to hit through contact. I saw that again. I started seeing that in preseason camp, and then bam, he was out. So we're starting to see that again. But he's another guy who didn't really play any football. And then, Sean Boyle hasn't really played football for 2 years. So he's, He's rusty coming back. The only guy that's played really is Marty.
Talk about the defensive side of the ball. Is Brandon and Hershey still running with the ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still getting a lot of activity and working hard. You know, our best players on defense got to play great. They got to play great. We got to get a little more pressure on the quarterback. You know, at times we do though. You know, at times we do, but we just got to get a little bit more consistent. We got to, and then, you know, like I said, they got to get off the field and we got to stay on the field. Mm-hmm. That'll help that whole situation a whole lot.
Coach, can you talk about B.J. Daniels?
He's dynamic. He extends plays. That's the guy. You playing them right now. He extends plays. You know what I mean by that is like, you know, he's gonna move around in that pocket, extend the play, and he's got a rocket arm. I mean, that thing, he can throw that thing on a rope down the field. It's amazing. He's got a really strong arm, and he's a dynamic. One of their top plays, a quarterback draw play. I mean, he's dynamic. He's like a punt returner. You know, I remember him in Florida. We played him in Florida. I saw him up close and personal. I mean, he was dynamic then. He extended plays as a freshman. He gave us fits. So he's a really good player. And I mean, that's the guy right there. You better contain that guy. You don't contain that guy, you could have a long day for yourself. So he's a heck of a football player.
You were saying about you guys not having the experience, you know, the games.
Yeah.
These teams like Southwest Big 5, is that going to give you some advantage? Teams that played a lot of games, maybe they're a little more worn down?
I don't think so. I think it's probably a disadvantage, to be honest with you. They'll get worn down if they don't get a bye week pretty soon. You know what I mean? But right now is when you're trying to, that 4th, 5th game is when you're really starting to, you know, you should be hitting a little bit of your stride a little bit. And then you get kind of beat up and you need a break later in the season. You know, we haven't done that. You know, by no means have we hit a stride. I mean, that would be, for me to say that, it'd be like, really? I mean, we haven't done that at all. We kind of been like this, you know, like this, back and forth a little bit. You know, we absolutely have not hit, if there's such a thing as a stride, we have not hit it. You know, I'm hoping we can hit it, but it's, you know, you need those games, man. Those games work out a lot of kinks because it's hard to simulate it in practice for anybody, really.
Steve, what was it like for you to start Big East play? I mean, you know, we've known since March that you guys were going into Big East, and there's been a lot of talk, but now that it's actually here, I mean, that you're actually going to be on the field against, you know, another Big East opponent. I mean, what is it like for you, and what's the mood around here?
You know, Sunday I came in and I spoke to the team, and I just really fired up, you know, and they were fired up. I was like, here we go, man. We're in Big East Conference play, you know. Got a chance to be 1-0 in the conference. That's what it is. That's the great thing, you know. You got a chance to be 1-0 in the conference. That's all, you know. That's an exciting deal. So it was, you know, they were fired up. We had a great opportunity, and you know, so I mean, the kids are fired up, the coaches are fired up. We're working real hard. It's exciting. It's exciting for the university, and as I said to you all the time, I mean, this is a big picture thing here. This is you know, the big picture. You know, I couldn't be, you know, happier to be in conference, and obviously, you know, you want to represent the conference well. You want to play well, but I know that we will. Whether that's 1 week, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, I know we will. And I feel very, very confident about that, and that's what's exciting to me, you know. And so, you know, it's a good future.
What did you share to the guys? You used to coach at Syracuse, Big East team. I know there's different teams in here now, but you were at other BCS programs. What did you share to the guys about playing in the Big East and in BCS?
You got to bring your A game. You know, you have to understand that every game is going to be like these last 2 games we played. I mean, you're going to be in it, and the margin for error is much reduced. Okay, when if you're a better than matchup to your opponent, the margin for error is bigger. But now the margin of error is closed, and so, you know, you got to play. You got to bring your A game. You got to be prepared for 4 quarters of football. It's a real mindset. That's a piece that we're still trying to develop, you know, and people understand how important that is. It's not like anybody doesn't think that. It's just, it's one thing to think. It's another thing to live it and get it and understand it. So that's what I tell them, that you have to be ready. And the other thing is,